Are told to choose better, but no one wants to talk about how well abusers hide. I really want to know. I really want women to actually describe how abusers actually hide, but she gives a more description. Okay, women are told to choose better as if abusers walk around with the warning labels. They don't. A lot of them hide behind charm, attention, fake safety, and carefully built mask. By the time the truth shows up, the damage is already underway. Stop blaming women for not spotting what abusive men work very hard to hide. Let's talk about it. Okay. I want to educate women on something. Charm, right? At the very start, let's go with it. Charm. Most men are not charming. Most men are not charming, right? I'm not saying that, you being automatically charming is that you are automatically dangerous. That's not what I'm saying, but it's just things to take notice. If a man is extremely charming, that means at the very least, he has a lot of experience with women, okay? Now, what I'm going to say is that these aren't automatic, right? It doesn't mean that, okay, if this person is this, automatically cheat. But it's like, why don't women just not date these types of men? Because more often than not, these types of men would be exemplary of these traits. So let's say athletes. I think, in my personal opinion, not all, but at least majority, at least 51% of them are honestly cheaters and abusers and liars. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying at least 51%. Why even deal with that? CEOs or really wealthy men. At the very least, I'm not saying these men are abusers, but at least these men may be liars and cheaters. Because you have to think, a lot of these women don't understand. Players are able to play because they have a lot of women. Okay, so the type of men that is very desirable, right? Very desirable. Wouldn't you think that these types of men deal with a lot of women? Wouldn't you think that these types of men have high body counts, high experience? Maybe they lie, maybe they cheat, because I believe when you have options, you are more likely to exercise said options. That's just how I believe, right? Most men, if they have options, they would exercise said options. So at the very least, why even give these types of men attention? Right? It's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to date an athlete because I believe he's not going to be a cheater, a liar, or abuser. Like, you're ridiculous. You're taking that kind of ridiculous risk when you didn't have to. When honestly, if you balance the probability, he'll probably cheat on you. He'll probably lie on you. That's one thing, okay? A lot of them hide behind charm. I was talking about charm too, right? The more charming he is, the more likely he's dealing with a lot of women. I don't think that's an indicator of a morally sound man. Attention, I think it's ridiculous. Let's be honest. An ugly man giving you love bombing you. What's the difference between an attractive man love bombing you, right? Women know it. Like, it's ridiculous, right? All these things is kind of idiotic. You want that man, okay? I believe it's not that these men lie, because I don't think men are that great at lying, and I don't think that women are that stupid. It's more that women purposely ignore red flags. Okay, so like I said, if the man was ugly and he was giving you attention, you would still see it as a red flag. You wouldn't want that attention. If he was attractive and he gave you the same kind of and same amount of attention as the ugly man, you would ignore. You would ignore the love bombing, because something women don't want that. And fake safety.